Hello, my name is Julie Toft Carlson and I am an English Film and Visual Culture undergraduate student at the University of Aberdeen. Inspired by research into trauma narratives by scholars like Kathy Carruth and Laurie Vickroy, I started to see a connection between early 20th century visual culture and trauma narratives, in that both are concerned with making the unseen visible for both scholars and laymen. The way I see it, the inaccessibility of the psychology of others is also mirrored in the limitations of a narrative, because we only know as much as we are told, and any information that we receive we interpret through our own experiences, so we'll never truly understand another person's mind. I was diagnosed with ADHD at age 22. The process of diagnosis required me to rethink the way that I experienced the world so that I could explain internal processes to medical professionals, but also to loved ones to explain how I could suddenly have a developmental disorder. I drew on these experiences and started exploring how the experience of neurodiversity could be conveyed through visual storytelling in a short experimental video essay I called What It Feels Like. I'd filmed myself trying to study during a day in lockdown and inserted montages that were designed to mimic symptoms and coping mechanisms of ADHD. For example, jump cuts and shots of my watch at irregular time intervals to convey both distractibility and time blindness. The video ended up becoming even more authentic than I could have planned for. I watched myself fail to study for a 45-minute timer in a 2-hour time span, and I saw restlessness that, to an extent that I was unaware of, like shaking my leg and biting the inside of my cheek. And the video contains errors of speech and writing that are typical to ADHD. So in these ways, it conveys the experience of ADHD both in content and in form. At the moment, there's a rise in online content of people sharing their own experiences with ADHD on social media platforms like Twitter and TikTok. These short glimpses may oversimplify some areas of neurodiversity, but it's also a positive change in destigmatizing mental health issues. Expanding this area of interdisciplinary research and advancing this format of storytelling using narrative structures or cinematography and editing to convey neurodiverse experiences, or the experiences of other mental illnesses like depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, or PTSD, has the potential to reframe how we teach or diagnose these disorders. Personally, I'm going to continue working on this project with a focus on how it can be used to educate the general public and destigmatize mental health issues, and how this different approach to storytelling and narrative structures can be used within popular culture. I'm very open to input. You can find me on LinkedIn or send me an email anytime. Thank you for your time and stay well.